Welcome to Turmeric and Tequila with your host, Kristen Olson. Questioning a better way, one gracefully disruptive conversation at a time.
Hi guys, welcome to Turmeric and Tequila. I am so excited to be with you today. I am also extremely exhausted, and that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. I was even considering taking a week off, but then 2021 is in full motion. We're all back in the mix, and I'm like, I'm so tired. I think we actually just need to talk about it and get on the mic and just let it be whatever it is, even a little bit tired. So today we are going to strategically unpack our tiredness. This is going to be a quick episode, but I think it's a phenomenal check-in for everyone that's like full blast back into the mix, kids in sports, traveling, business, face-to-face, in-person meetings, the whole nine. I am with you and I am scrambling to keep up. And on the flip side of that, I hate even to complain about it because this is all great things. So I have to just find that balance in between of not getting too tired and being appreciative of the positive things that are in motion coming out of 2020. So I'm going to give you a little background on my day today and what even inspired this conversation. Again, these are all first world problems, no major complaints, but I did have one of those days where I just had to stop, get my shit together, take a breath, and have a plan. So many things have been coming in for the podcast and for KO Alliance, and it's again all good stuff. But keeping up with that and my training and my 3 dogs and life in itself, we got to just check back in and get a situation happening here for a plan of attack. So if you are in this situation where it's starting to get busy and we've kind of been checked out for a little while, and now you need to get back to your normal like 2019 self, probably, and kind of multitasking and doing self-care and doing all that and not laying on the couch in sweatpants, watching Netflix for 12 hours, baking sourdough bread. We're in it and we've got to get the stuff organized. So what we're going to talk about today is my crazy day, my 4 steps that I really do when I have those, like when I'm about to break down and there's 50 million things I don't know what step to take forward, and you kind of just get stuck and get paralysis by analysis. I've got a 4-step little practice that I do to kind of get me back in the swing of things and taking one step in the right direction so we can alleviate the overwhelmness. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about some long-term effects, because this is, even though it's one bad day, sometimes that frustration and stress can carry over and can physically show up in your body and take hold and impact negatively things you probably really care about, including your pets, your relationships, your practice, whatever. So starting off, my day today, not that crazy, but really tough workout this morning, which is great for mental health and everything. But if you do train hard and you work out in the morning, and some days are harder than others, you do have to take that into account for your energy for the rest of the day and your focus. If you do something really hard in the morning and you're just smoked, it is hard to carry that 100 throughout the day. I think it's completely worth it because sometimes you really need those hard training days, but you also have to be mindful that it is going to take away like opportunity cost from things throughout the day. So you want to do that here and there, at least for me, as I get older and I do want to show up 100 for my business and not just my workout. You got to be mindful to go 100. Maybe some days you just got to show up, get some movements done, move some blood, and then not totally smoke yourself so you're good for the rest of the day. But smoked myself this morning, not really a big deal. Ended up having to take my car in, oil change, no big deal. But then of course some other things pop up. We need two new tires. The only place I could take them that has them won't get them until 11 o'clock tomorrow. And I have a meeting plan that I've planned for weeks. So I try to coordinate that, and I'm banking when the tires can go. And in the meantime, I've got people coming to my house ready to get my dogs out of there. So it was just one little small tornado after another. And there was no quick solution. They didn't have the tires, couldn't get a hold of the people showing up. I have a house full of animals, myself included. And so it's, again, not that big a deal. But the more I was thinking, like, stay calm, this isn't a big deal, life is not hard, like we can figure this out, I was getting even more frustrated with myself. So I flipped into my mode of my 4 steps. And number 1, even if you can sit there, which I do, and I really do keep a good spot on my priorities and my blessings. And most of the time when you're frustrated, it's probably not that big a deal. It's just like 50 little things that have come up. And then if you're like me, you're like, oh, well, go watch a Harriet Tubman documentary. And I say that seriously because my life is not hard in comparison. And I think that is good practice. However, I do think it is good balance to be like, today is a bad day. This stuff, I'm getting overwhelmed. I need to chill the F out. Like, let's take a breath. So I jumped into my 4 steps, and my number one is have the breakdown, sit in your car and cry. Go. I was actually at home. I came home after all that. And then my dog Coda ate all my neon gloves and two of my favorite pair of my Puma classic kicks. Those two sentences are real, by the way. And I was completely frustrated because I swear he just picks stuff that he knows I care about. Like if there was a steak on the floor, he would leave that, but he'd go eat my neon gloves. So annoying. Also hashtag my dog. So, and he doesn't really get discipline. So if you teach dogs or something, you're probably listening to this like, girl, get it together. But my dogs are just gonna do whatever they want because they're extension of me, and we're just gonna let that be. I try to discipline him, but he doesn't care, and he doesn't do it maliciously. Anyways, cleaned up all that, and like I said, one thing after another. So I was sitting there and I'm cleaning up like my neon gloves and all my stuff that I care about that got chewed, and praying that he grows out of this soon. He is puppy mode, and just tears. Like I'm just so frustrated. It was one thing after another. It's tears. And then you just think, why am I actually mad? What, like, am I mad at the dog? Not really. Like frustrated. We got to work on this. Fine. Am I mad at the tire place? No, that's life. Am I mad about what? Honestly, I'm just exhausted. I'm just tired. I'm smoked from the workout. I'm smoked from a long week before. Had a few tequilas this weekend with all my girls. Worth it, but it's carrying over. I mean, you're just exhausted. So let the tears fall, sit there, think about it. I do have to give a shout out to my mom because she's the best. Right when I looked over, she had left a note in my room with $100 bill because she's just the best, and just saying a nice little thing that was just there, like right when it needed. I swear, she has some sort of sixth sense. But so that mildly saved me. Actually, it really saved me and probably made me cry a little bit even more. Um, but had the cry, had the appreciation for my mom and her thoughtfulness, and noted to myself that I will carry on those things and pass it on because that was a pivotal point for me. So extend that kindness because you never know when it's going to show up and impact somebody right on time. But have the breakdown, let it go. And then as I just went through right there, identify the problem. What am I really upset about? I'm not really upset about any of these things. Yes, I'm super frustrated, but truthfully, I'm just exhausted. Like I am tired. And guess what? That's okay. We're getting in the swing of things. And it's good to push through. We all do. I know everybody multitasks, especially with you guys with kiddos and, jobs and marriages and the whole list. But there just has to be a breaking point where you have to identify the solution. Okay, I'm tired. I know I need to get rest. What can I do to get to that space or whatever your solution may be? So number 4 would be make the list of small steps. And this sounds so simple and kind of dorky, but literally have the breakdown, identify the problem, identify the solution, and then create that little list of step 1. If you're like me, it's like, okay, well, I need to get rest, but I also need to do a podcast and I need to do this and all those things in your mind you just switch to I get to. And then pull back and say, okay, if it's a podcast, step 1, I need to go outside, get on the mic. I need to write down my content or whatever the plan is and break it down. So everything that's in a tornado of overwhelming factors in front of you, we start to pull them out piece by piece. And then you can at least get part of the day organized or part of step 1 done. Like you're probably, if you're overwhelmed, not going to get everything done in today or in your list, but at least you can start to chip away at it, just like a workout or anything else, and get your mind organized. And I think if you can just get that space between you and the problem, usually the solution is pretty clear and it's doable. Just getting so close to the problem, so caught up in it, that's when we have that breakdown and it's like, okay, the world, these are solvable things. Sometimes when when there's an actual thing, and thank God I will say that Cleo had a bump on her foot, my dog, and we had to have it tested to see if it was cancerous or what. And thank God, this will keep all your priorities clear. It came back benign and everything was fine. But that, one phone call of how that trajectory can change your everyday is another level. So keeping stuff like that in the back of your mind, those are problems we actually have to keep space for and be ready to address because it's stuff that we can't do anything about. Everything else, 99% of things I really do think we can manage if we can just keep, again, that space between ourselves and the problem. The solution will reveal itself. But again, welcome yourself to that breakdown because even this thought process does not usually come clearly without tears or punching something or whatever in a safe way. You got to be able to do that too. So let that be. So that's your 4 things. Have the breakdown, identify the problem, identify the solution, make a list of small steps to the solution. Write that down. These are simple, but I promise you it saves you in a major pinch. And why I'm so passionate about this, and it's taken me years to get mindful about being tired, because I was a college athlete, youth athlete, and then competed in the CrossFit Games after college. Like, so even training super hard as I was getting older. And sometimes it wasn't even physical situations that were just wearing me out. It was mental situations or environments that were toxic, or just all of it together. And I went from tired to adrenal fatigue. And some people don't even believe in that, but for me, I absolutely do believe in it. And it started to show up physically. Like, I was doing like blood tests for sports performance training and whatnot. And, different enzymes are popping up, and my liver was testing high, and no, it was not the tequila. It was stress. And usually liver is associated with anger and like it's all this other stuff. And my hair was I was getting gray hair, and, I'm not here for that. And I wasn't sleeping. Your cortisol will go up. You can start to gain weight. Like, it was just the physical things started to show up. And then getting out of it, it's one thing if you need a nap or you need a day off, but if you need to take like 2 weeks off of everything because you're so adrenally tapped, then you're dealing with a whole different ball of wax. So stay ahead of your tiredness. So I'm just so tired right now. Like, I got you. I hear you. Really commit to it and to find a way to take a break, and then stop it. Like, gracefully disrupt your situation as far as your energy and your energy gives, so you don't get into these longer term effects. And 9 times out of 10, not only is it going to impact your health and whatever else, but it impacts your relationships, how you're treating other people, how you show up with your animals and babies read all energy. It probably impacts your priorities, and you're probably doing all these stressful things for your priorities. So it's all just counterproductive if you're not keeping that balance. And you always know I'm doing these podcasts for you guys, but also for me, because this is stuff I need to hear again, and probably re-listen to this in a week or two or whenever, when I'm so effing tired again. So find some space for yourself today, tonight, tomorrow. And then if you can, even put it into your calendar to have completely off days where you're not doing any part of work, no social media, no nothing. So there's my piece on being so effing tired. And if you can even tell right now, if you listen, my energy, it's lower today than normal. I'm so excited to be here with you. And I have a new setup. If you can see the video or see the pictures, I'm so excited. We got some neon, we got some Chanel, we got some on air lights. It's coming, and there's so many great things happening. But before then, I know I got to take a breather. And if you can hear me and you understand this, please do the same. Follow those 4 steps, and I'll say them one more time. Number 1, have the breakdown, let it be, journal, cry, follow your heart. Number 2, identify the problem, what's really, really making you upset, not the little factors. Number 3, identify a solution. What do you need to do to solve this problem? And number 4, make the list of the solution plan, even if it's teeny tiny steps. Take a bath, go take a shower, make another list, cook dinner, order food, whatever it is. Just start the organizational trail of thoughts, and the solution will come, and you'll get back to normal and back to feeling good, and back into the mix, back to be excited about listening to this podcast and being here with me. And I'll bring my energy back, and we'll all just be reciprocal and sharing the good vibes. Okay, that's all I got for you today. It's a quick one. Go rest, go chill. Let's enjoy the rest of this summer that we've got. Count our blessings, be thankful for things, and not stay so busy so we don't see the important things. I think that's actually the through line of all of this. We just can't be so tied up in things we think we're supposed to be doing, because we're missing all this stuff we're really working hard for. Have an amazing day. I am excited to talk to you next week when energy's back on 10,000, and we're back out here just causing graceful disruption. So here we go. Have an amazing rest of the week. Cheers.
Thank you for joining Turmeric and Tequila with your host, Kristen Olson. Tune in next time, and don't forget to subscribe on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.